So the use case here is I have a photograph 51 original measurement data set. So these are the photograph data, and I want to print according to photograph 51, but my press on my paper is a little bit different. And for whatever reason, I have already a strip measured on this new paper, perhaps on a different job. I had this media wedge, this little strip with 40 patches with gradients for cyan, magenta, yellow, black, some overprints in here as well. And I want to check how my cyan, magenta, and yellows are printing compared to my photograph 51, and possibly change my photograph 51 to use exactly the dot gain and the LRB values and the primaries from my real press. So I want to adjust my photograph 51 measurement data to print the way my press works, but still as close as possible to photograph 51. So therefore, we can use as well our new view options here to show the full primaries. And that's one of the tips and tricks here. If you click on a patch, then the delta E of all neighboring patches will be shown to that patch that you selected. So for example, that's my cyan, which I've selected. And the delta E to cyan to magenta is obviously very high, 124 delta E is here. But I can as well select another chart and compare it to the cyan in that measurement data. And I can see, okay, there's a delta E of 2.5. So slight deviation of my cyan, and I want to have that deviation optimized. And therefore, I want to now optimize the measurement data in a way that they are reflecting my current printing process. What I can do here is use the Edit Primaries tool, select my cyan, and select the cyan from my media wedge, from my real press, and select that. And for example, I select my magenta as well. And the new things that we've changed here, or the new additional feature that we've added here, is the Adopt Secondaries. And if you move with the mouse over this tool, you get a tooltip telling you what kind of secondaries he has found. So there's obviously in my media wedge the cyan plus a magenta overprint, and he will use that measurement data as well. So whenever you select a color here with the pipette, for example, the black here, it will not only take the measurement data from this full tone, obviously, it will take the full spectral information, it will take the gradient information, and it will take as well the secondary combinations. And if there's black, it will as well use the combinations from black and that's primary color. So in this example here, we have cyan plus magenta, we have cyan plus black, and magenta plus black in color, and would use that kind of information in our chart. And if I click here and start, the measurement data will be optimized. And again, if I click here and select my patch here, simply click here so that I have my delta E to 0. And if I compare it to my cyan in my original measurement data, you'll see there's a delta E of 0. We have used this information here, and we can even do more here. If we look into the blue, for example, we click here onto the blue and compare it to the blue in my measurement data here. In my optimized measurement data, there's a delta E of 0 now, because we've used exactly this patch, the information from that patch, the LRB spectral information, and taking that into our spectral model, which makes the model more accurate if we have this kind of information. So in general, the more information you provide to the Edit Primaries tool, the more exact the model will do the calculation of the patches.